Hey everyone, welcome to Streetwise. This is Utsav.
This is Rahul.
Neel,
And we are here to talk about Shazam. Now, like everything else, we were really hyped for the film and let's just dive right into it. Let's cut to the bullshit. Overall thoughts?
I loved it.
It's a very entertaining film, a very character-driven film. It's extremely fun. It's the most fun I've ever had in a superhero film.
Yes.
Yeah. I was shocked that he liked the film.
Yeah.
Because he always likes dark shit. But yeah, tell me.
It's like I like comedic moments, but it should not sacrifice the drama. And when it came to Marvel films, they sacrifice the drama too much. But when it came to Shazam, there were only 2 or 3 incidences where it sacrificed the drama, which gave me that feeling of hindrances. But it's like cool, fine.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
It goes well with the overall movie's tone and what it's trying to achieve.
Yeah. So it's pretty much I resonate with what they said about the overall thoughts. It's a brilliantly done film.
Yeah.
It's super entertaining. It's a lot of fun. So let's get to the cast. This is where I think that this film shines the brightest. The cast and the relationship between these characters is very, very strong.
Yes.
It's brilliantly done and you feel for every character. Every character is very well defined. They are different. They have their own quirks to them.
Everyone gets a moment to shine, or at least like there are all these kids, right, in Billy Batson's foster home.
Yeah.
And some of those kids could have been put up as some background characters without any personality, but they shine through.
They are well-developed characters and they blend along very beautifully. But the thing is, somewhat I felt the acting in those characters lacked a bit.
A few,
yeah.
A bit. Like
it's always difficult to shit on child actors.
I know it's difficult to handle them, and I get it, but it's just that as children are one of the major themes of this film. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah, that's fair. Them being the children being a very big part of the film. I can agree with that. I really liked Asher Angel. Zachary Levi was born for this role, like Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool.
Thank God he left Thor.
Yes, thank Taika Waititi for killing him off.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, thank God. And so then let's get to the direction.
Yeah.
David F. Sandberg, thank God. Like, I am so happy you said yes to directing Shazam.
Yeah.
And now we even have another director to look out for him, for his work.
Yeah.
And there is, again, it's not a spoiler, but again, his wife is in the film. So if you're a David F. Sandberg fan, he does that a lot. And
he understands the character so well.
He does. And I don't think that, he went with a specific filmmaking style for this film, because the character of Shazam is so bombastic and stuff, right?
Yes.
It's not Sandberg's film. It's Zachary's film, it's Levi's film. So I think
he completely carries the movie on his own shoulders throughout the...
Like the comedic moments are well timed.
Yeah.
The plot is well timed. The villain is well introduced properly. But the only issue that I have is that sometimes when the part of the villain comes in, the tonal change is just too abrupt and we don't know whether to...
Yeah.
How do we adjust that thing?
That's a bit awkward.
Yeah, it is a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Because the score changes dramatically and it becomes serious all of a sudden, and 1 minute ago they were joking about something and now it's all of a sudden serious. I wish that it could have been handled a bit better. And one more issue is that the action in the film, it doesn't feel DC action. I pointed
it's
that out.
It's not heavy hitting. Like when you watch Man of Steel or Batman and Superman, you feel all those punches, you feel all the grit. I mean, of course, it's a very different tonal movie, but the punches feel fluffy.
Yeah,
right.
It was one characteristic thing about DC films that I loved, and it wasn't there, but it isn't that big of an issue.
Because it meshes well with the character and the world they've created for this particular movie.
Because the character shines out.
Yes.
It shines, and it's basically a story about Shazam. It's not even super villain ki story. It's about Shazam.
Yeah.
But talking about the supervillain was actually nice. I liked what Mark Strong did with the film and what they gave him to do. It was fun stuff.
He could have been
it wasn't generic.
He could have been another expendable villain, especially considering how much this movie focuses on the hero. And the fact that we get to explore his backstory quite a bit.
Yeah, it takes a good amount of time to talk about his past, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
So that's there. And then we also wanted to talk about... So the pacing is really good throughout the film. I just feel that the climax was a little off. If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about, because it feels a lot of back and forth, and feels repetitive. That's the issue with the climax.
I couldn't see, like, I was predicting, okay, now the scene is gonna end or something like that, and then suddenly this new story thread comes up during the climax itself.
Exactly.
So these are some minor nitpicks here and there, but I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and the tone is very comedic throughout the film. It's an entertaining film.
It's a very entertaining.
It's the kind of film that you want a tub of popcorn, you need like a shitload of friends, sit back and just enjoy the ride for this. So you're gonna have a great time at the movie hall. So
and the cameos.
There are some shit ton. There's some great references to the larger DC world here.
It's very minimal and it's perfect.
It's the perfect amount. It's not too much. It's not too little. So, like, if
you're connected to the universe, but it's basically history and they're focusing on it. But it just gives you things that it's connected.
They have their own corner in that universe, and that's what it does really well with.
Right. Talking about cinemat, I'd say generic-ish. It wasn't generic. It was generic-ish.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was anything special about it, and sometimes the editing felt unmotivated. But it's decent for what it is, because it's the character Shazam, and it's about a child who becomes a superhero.
Yeah.
And the colors are, in some scenes when he's interacting with the old wizard, the colors are used beautifully, the contrast is used beautifully.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's generic, and it's okay because the dialogues make up for it.
Yeah.
Because a film is much more than cinema, right? The dialogues and the characters make up for it, and I don't really mind it.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the look of the movie, it really complements that Christmas vibe they were going for, because it is set during that time.
Yeah. Like
so you see
the reds of Shazam.
Yeah. So they punch in on those colors a bit more, and that's what I really like about the DC movies. Each movie has its own distinct style.
Yeah.
So when you watch a frame of Aquaman and a frame of Shazam, you know these are two very different movies from each other. And even though, funnily enough, Aquaman was also taking a lighter approach, but it's still very distinct from the way it's done here.
Aquaman is super stylized. That film feels like anime. This is just, it feels like, if Phil Lord and Christopher Miller wrote something.
It's a grounded, simplistic approach towards a filmmaking, towards a superhero film.
Yeah, and there were some really cool moments in the film where, so if you've seen the trailer, you know that Billy Batson's friend, played by Jack Dylan Grazer, they do some tests about his superpowers, and the cinematography there was basically found footage. So it was very interestingly shot, specifically the moment when Shazam just jumps.
It tries to fly and everything.
It just goes up.
It felt almost like, Cloverfield-ish,
Or even a chronicle.
Even chronicle,
I mean, the relationship between those two characters are very beautiful. And it's like, it's the formation of friendship, and it's well established, and you can... Because one of the central themes is Billy Batson finding a family, and that is the pillar of this theme is his relationship with the entire group of children, and that is beautifully tackled.
Yeah, I like where the storyline of this film goes with Billy trying to find his family. The story of Shazam is about a child who bounces from foster home to foster home and always keeps running away because he's looking for his family. That's the theme of this film, which is family. And the theme of family, which is shown in this film, is very, very strong. And that is the skeleton and the backbone of this film. And what carries this film are the performances of Zachary Levi, who owns this role of Shazam, the friendship between Jack Dylan Grazer and Zachary Levi, the relationships between all of the characters in the foster home, and the two parents you can say, are also just really...
They're very fun.
You really feel at home, at ease when they're all the scenes in the foster home.
Very warm.
They're very warm, and that family is just so sweet. Especially the parents, just so sweet. It'd be fun to live in that environment. Especially when one of your friends is a superhero. You'd love to.
I mean, I want to delve into the risky take of humor that they took sometimes. I mean, humor is one of the major themes of this film too, and how risky the humor was.
They didn't shy away from darkness.
They didn't. They did not.
They didn't. Like, there were sequences where Shazam was buying a beer, or he was in a strip club, and then it's kind of humor you don't expect, and that is what made this film special. That is what made it more funny,
and he's just
more
so
enjoyable.
true to the character. I mean, if I was seeing so many things that that Shazam was doing when he gets his powers in his adult form, so to speak, that I was like, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah,
I would do the same thing.
Yeah, this is the dream of every.
This is the dream
child.
of every. What if any kid got the powers of Superman, and that is Shazam?
Yeah, that's pretty much what we can say about the film, because we want to keep all of our reviews very tight, concise.
Yeah, we recommend the movie hardly, and just go watch the movie.
Go watch it, support Shazam.
Yeah.
It's a very well made film.
And so, what do you guys rate this film?
3 stars.
I'd give 3.5.
Yeah,
3.5.
easily 3.5. And I'd say, like every other DC and Marvel film, there are end credit sequences.
There are 2 end credit sequences.
Please
so
wait.
do stay for them.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, the ending is as iconic as every end credit scene.
Yes. I mean, we don't want to spoil. We want to say stuff, but we really don't want to. But for the larger DC universe fans out there, you're gonna love some stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they really it's almost like if Deadpool went PG-13, the kind of humor he pokes at his own universe characters.
Yeah.
That's what Shazam, this movie, does. It takes iconic characters
It's
like.
self-aware, it's goofy.
It's very
fun.
self-aware. It pokes fun at the superhero genre, some tropes inside that genre. They reference Batman and Superman so many times in the movie, but all at the perfect places.
Yeah. And I'd say that's like the cake, the icing.
Yeah, that's the icing on the cake.
And that's something that you thoroughly love in this film.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's all we can say about the film. If you like this video, please smash the like button. Just write a lot of comments, because like we said, we love reading comments. And that's all we can say. Thank you so much for watching. Consider hitting that subscribe button.
Yeah.
And like we said, our fan base are called Screen Warriors, because we are Screen Wars. He doesn't like it, but screw you. But so, and we are really trying to spread love for cinema.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen many people from our country, from India, do things like this.
Yes.
So we really want to spread some love. We want
to improve the film fan community that we have here in India.
Yeah. And even get in touch with people who want to do stuff like this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So anyone wants to do anything, please hit us up. We'd love to hear from you.
And we also have a website where we post news about, where we write about all the latest news about around the industry that's going on. So if you want to know some of our views on the latest things then and there, just go to the website. The link is in the description below.
Right. So thank you so much, and peace. Bye-bye.